Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a short sale specialist helping homeowners navigate complex deals across Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and other areas. Please welcome Jenny Olson-Paden to the show. Jenny, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks.
It is
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, we got the name right? It's great to have you on here, Jenny. I am an agent in Dallas. I've looked into the short sale, and actually you have the certification that I was looking at getting through NAR, but it's an interesting space to be a part of, right? I think very needed. I also think a lot of agents and other people maybe keep our arm's length because of how complex it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if I had $1 for every time somebody told me I will never do a short sale again, or I'm referring everything to you, I'd be a very rich woman.
Yeah, it's difficult. But you mentioned that before hopping on here that you had some, I would say, exposure to it because a family was involved in real estate, and you had seen many of these happen during the crash in 2008.
Yeah, so I had run a family, we owned a family-run pet store, and it was really difficult during that time. We started actually before, it's hard to believe, we started before Amazon was even a thing. Like, it was unheard of for dog food to be delivered. And so as things kind of progressed and the economy got worse, we had a lot of our clients that were in the process of losing their house. It got to the point where almost every morning I would show up and there'd be something on my front door. There'd be birds, there'd be dogs, cats, fish, you name it, it would be there. And it was because, and then I'd get notes, hey, we're losing our house. You're the only one we trust. Will you please take care of our pet? And so it was very, it was very just kind of telling of what was going down. And then of course that then translated as business was failing. We really struggled with our home. And then thankfully my mom was in real estate. She'd been doing kind of cash for keys and helping in foreclosures for a few years. And so she was helping us kind of navigate trying to keep our house. And then when I started, so she called me out of the blue after we had closed the pet store, and she's like, hey, I need a marketing person. Are you interested? She's like, it's only a couple hours a week. And I'm like, sure. First week it was a couple hours. After that, I don't think I've ever done less than like 40 hours a week. But I knew going in that as soon as we started talking real estate, I knew that short sale was where I was going to want to be.
And so how long have you been in the short sale space, if you will?
So I started admin work in 12, marketing and admin work in 12, and then got my license in the beginning of 13.
So gosh, there's got to be no one more adept in short sales than you. Who I'm talking to right now, right?
There's a handful of us that really like I call myself a short sale nerd. I'm really fun at parties. Let me tell you, I can talk to people about short sales nonstop. But yeah, there's some really great people in the industry, but then there's a lot of people that still want to learn about it.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors, working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
You know, what's interesting, and I'm nerding out a bit here myself, is the short sale world is even granular for most people who are involved in even like distressed real estate. So like I'm a wholesaler, got my real estate license earlier this year, but working in the short sale space is it's different legal process. You having to understand connections with the banks, from what I understand, and then you have to be able to, of course, still find these listings, so to speak. It's this whole process into itself.
Yeah, it is. It is something that is taken some time to perfect, and it's amazing to me how much changes. I mean, I really thought at the beginning of this year that there was not a lot more that I could learn, and even just as we've gotten bigger, I mean, as the economy has kind of done what it's done, and we're seeing all of these short sales and foreclosures come down the pipeline. There's I've learned so much. We've redefined our systems, and it's like, oh, I keep thinking I'm not going to learn something new every day, and I do.
I think what's interesting about when we talk about working with investors and short sale and even wholesale, which is what I'm still involved in and what I was involved in before I became a real estate agent, you're having to problem solve. There's no question about it. But oftentimes, I think a lot. I don't think anything negatively about real estate agents because I am a real estate agent. But oftentimes, I think once you get a certain level of problem solving, it becomes like I don't want to deal with it. Arm's length. I don't want any part of it. That's you. That's you. But you're dealing with so many of these. You even said like other people are like, I never want to do one of those again. What was it about it that said, you know what? Even though it is a lot of this, I actually like this and this is what I'm passionate about.
I think it's a couple of different things. I mean, obviously, had I not had my mom to turn to when we were going through what we were going through, it would have been a whole different story. And I mean, one of my words is just advocating. I love advocating for people, and this actually gives me the ability to do it for my career. And so when somebody comes to me and they truly need help and they want to help themselves, it's a very cool relationship, and being able to build that and then build the relationships within the banks and the trustees and the different lien holders. I mean, it's a great experience. I wouldn't trade it.
Can we get a little granular here, Jenny? I maybe don't give away all the gold, but give away some of it.
Okay.
So I want to ask you about the relationships with the banks. My very much 1,000 foot view zoomed out is that in order for all these deals to be successful, yeah, it helps to know, you need to know how the process works, but you really, more important than anything, is you need a relationship with the banks.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah,
So,
you definitely need that.
so building that, what was that like? Did you have maybe connections that were pre-existing to the banks, or how does one even go about setting that type of thing up?
Man, so there has been some really just kind of fun stories and relationships I've been able to develop. I'm a big believer in always being kind, even if somebody is just like railing on you, always being kind. And so that has gone very far. I always try to do something like send them if I can, like send them a little Starbucks gift card when we get something done, or write them a good review with their manager. And I've been doing this long enough now that people will remember me. And so it's been fun that I'll have a negotiator that I'll be with. I'll be like, hey, we did that one deal. You remember how crazy it was? And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, totally. And it has been very good. I had a situation where it's one of the only, I think I've only fired two clients in my career. And it was one where there was just a lot going on with this client. They would call me and they'd be very nice, and then they'd call the negotiator and they would just, I mean, like cuss her out like nobody's business. And it finally got to the point where I couldn't deal with just the amount of profanity I was hearing when she was then calling me and doing that.
Yeah.
And so the fast forward, I mean, the deal, I fire the client, and I let the negotiator know, and I'm like, hey, it's been great. Da 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 da.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Two years later, my phone rings and it's the negotiator. And she's like, you sent me a thank you card. I kept your card and I knew someday I was going to buy a house and I wanted you to be my agent. And so I was able to actually got to know her husband, her daughter, and we sold her a house, oh gosh, probably about 5 years ago. So just that constant kindness and just recognizing that, yeah, this might not be a great situation for anybody involved, but we're in it together and we're going to kind of collaborate, has really just done wonders for me. I do the same thing with the trustees and some of the lien holders.
I think we're talking about the marketing, the relationships, the X's and O's, and it gets even deeper than this, right? Because short sales are so complex. How often are you finding people who are really like back up against the wall type of thing, and they may be even facing foreclosure, maybe in the next like 30 to 60 days type of thing, versus where they kind of know, hey, we're behind, or maybe we're going to be getting behind, we're not in an equitable position, and we got to be proactive. How much of it is the proactive versus the back against the wall type of thing?
I'd say right now it's about 50-50. So I do work with, when I do work with investors that are out there door knocking, they'll find somebody that has a date set, and then we'll see if we can get that date stopped. Um, 30 to 60 days is usually like pie in the sky. That would be amazing. I have had hours to try to get sales stopped.
Hours.
Hours. Yeah.
You can
My,
do that?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking to a magician then. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is
And
amazing.
this in 19, or let's see, in 19, in 2020, I think it was 22,
Uh,
I stopped 97 foreclosure sales. And my shortest one was 15 minutes after the sale happened. And so that was, I was, and it was literally just a everybody working together to get this done. And it was it was a house that they would have lost $300,000 in equity had it foreclosed. And so it was insane, but we got it done. And that was like, I was 3 away from 100. So I was so stressed out. I'm like, I cannot believe it was only 97. But, in the whole scheme of things, 97 foreclosures stopped was pretty impressive.
Jenny, I have a amazing level of respect for you and this conversation because I know how hard it is, and I've spoken with many, probably 5+ real estate agents and brokers who are specifically working with distressed, and they are basically at a loss for how to stop when it is that down to the wire. And you said hours away?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've stopped within hours, and that's a lot of it I can thank on my relation. I mean, building those relationships. If a trustee sees that I'm going to be putting in a contract or working with a group of investors that they know are solid, that means a lot, as opposed to we have people that try to bully their way through the process, and that's not going to win friends or influence anybody. So just being kind and being consistent and being showing that you're going to do right by people, I think does wonders. And yeah.
I wanna pivot a little bit here and ask you from the bank perspective, if we can take their perspective for a minute. They're gonna get their money at auction, right? I mean, the homes at auction, they're selling at auction. Now it's digital, right? Or is it from their perspective, we're not gonna get the money. Let's go short sale because we don't know what's gonna happen at auction and we could lose our shirt at the auction.
Yeah, I think it fluctuates. Sometimes you can get some great deals at auctions. Sometimes you can't. And so sometimes from the bank perspective, they might be able to make their money, or they might have to reabsorb that house. I mean, a lot of times when you go to auction, you'll see it revert to the beneficiary. You'll see it go back to the bank because they can't get a bid high enough. and that's just going to sit on their books sometimes. And then, it kind of depends on what the situation is. If they have a ton of properties on their books that they don't want to.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
To be maintaining, then they're going to be more likely to do a short sale. So I think it kind of, ebbs and flows as things go on in the economy.
I also briefly want to talk about the scale of foreclosures and people who are losing their homes for a variety of reasons. I think most people aren't aware of just how many people this happens to every single month. If we just took Texas, the number would be like astronomical for people to comprehend. And they're not, some of them may be hugely distressed, but some of them could be new homes, and so
Go ahead.
I don't know as far as how many, but it's got to be like thousands a month just in Texas. And then you're talking Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma. These are like maybe tens of thousands of people every month in those three states who are, or maybe that number, 10,000, that are losing their home.
Yeah. And we're going to see more. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, like partial claims. I don't know. Have you done much with partial claims or?
I know nothing. I know nothing about it.
Okay. So this is where I'm going to totally nerd out. So I'm warning you. Okay. So partial claims, they happened a lot in, 8, 9, and 10. They happened kind of again in like 15 and 16, and then they happened a lot during COVID. And so what the partial claim is it's a individual loan from HUD that is slapped onto the back of your loan. So during COVID, you'd get homeowners would get these packets of paper saying, hey, do you want to stay in your home? That's great. Sign here. They don't, it's human nature. I mean, as much as we tell people, read everything, look everything over, make sure you understand what you're signing, a lot of times they don't. Or even if they didn't want to run the risk of losing their home. So you're talking, the average I was seeing at one point was anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 in a loan that was you're never billed for it. It's tacked onto the end of your mortgage. And you go to sell your house and you think you owe $200,000. Well, there's a $40,000 partial claim, and your house that you were going to get money for, you're now upside down in. I mean, there was a time probably 6 months ago that almost every day I was getting phone calls of, we got to the closing table, or we got really close to the closing table, and this loan popped up. What is it? It's a partial claim. So, and we're seeing that. So that's what's causing a lot of those newer builds, the new houses, to be upside down, because those partial claims, people forget about them.
So how would they possibly forget? How are you forgetting about $40,000-$60,000? How does that happen?
It happens. I mean, I think, again, it's human nature. I think there were so many people that just wanted to save their homes that they would just sign anything that was put in front of them.
So HUD was coming, basically when they were getting behind, HUD would give them some type of capital to catch them up or something like this?
Yeah. Basically, it's that creating the loan, everything that was owed, back fees, all of that, thrown into one loan and then put on the end of the first mortgage. And as a short sale, when you're doing a short sale, that whole loan needs to be paid. So you can't negotiate that loan. You have to negotiate with the first lien holder, but that partial claim has to be paid in full.
So when they have this, it's because they were trying to not get to the point where they had to lose their home. Now they're at the point they're losing their home due to a short sale, and now they have to pay this thing which they were trying to save their home with.
Yeah. Like a loan modification. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it was just, it was a retention piece. And in theory, I mean, in theory, it works. I mean,
Helps you, right?
You would think, but unfortunately, I think with COVID, there were so many people that had been not making their mortgage payment, and it just piled on. So we're going to start seeing, as people are selling, we're going to start seeing those come up. And I think it's going to be, really interesting. So.
Well, Jenny, for what it's worth, I think you're probably one of the top, if not the top short sale experts in this whole area, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma. I know nobody. I've been doing this for 2 years as a wholesaler. I know nobody who's stopped multiple within days, or you talk about hours from auction. That is almost incredible. I'd say almost unheard of, right? So congrats on your success and to your continued success. Jenny, we are coming up on time here, though. Where can folks go if they maybe want to learn more about your business, or if they'd like to get in contact with you, or if they're facing maybe a situation like this?
So I National Short Sale Help, nationalshortsalehelp.com. You can find out some information, really Facebook. I have a lot of different groups and post quite a bit of stuff on there. And then you can always reach out via email or phone. And like I said, I'm a short sale nerd, so I love talking. Anybody has questions, anybody has anything they want to talk about, man, I can talk all day.
Jenny, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.